Celestine Davenport had everything: fame, fortune, and the world's applause. But when a single slap exposed the secret no one never knew was being hidden, her empire crumbled overnight. If perfection had a face in Nigeria, it was Celestine Davenport's. Her smile sparkled brighter than the diamonds around her neck. Her voice dripped with grace, and her every step made reporters chase her like bees to honey. On the red carpet, she was called Nigeria's golden angel. On magazine covers, she was the people's sweetheart. But behind the glossy photos and expensive perfume was a woman with a heart colder than the marble floors of her mansion. Her staff called her Madame Celestine, though among themselves they whispered another name, Madame Scorpion. And Felicity, her new maid, was about to find out exactly why. Felicity had come to work for Celestine 6 months ago, brought in by Celestine's mother, Mrs. Davenport, a polite but controlling woman who managed her daughter's entire career. "She's a good girl," Mrs. Davenport had said that day, smiling. "Quiet, obedient, you'll like her." Celestine did like her at first, but not for her work, for her silence. You see, Celestine loved power. She loved the sound of heels clicking behind her, the quick "yes, ma'am" that followed every command. Felicity, with her small frame and shy eyes, made the perfect target. She rarely spoke, never argued, and moved as if afraid the air itself might complain. At first, it was small things. "Felicity, why is my coffee too hot? Do you want to burn me?" "Felicity, you ironed is wrong, again." "Felicity, stand straighter when I'm talking to you. You look like a bent broom." Each word sliced like glass, but Felicity only nodded, murmuring quiet apologies that disappeared in the walls of that big house. What no one knew, what Celestine never cared to know, was that Felicity carried a story of her own. She wasn't just some random girl. She had lost everything once before, and couldn't remember what or who she had lost. But she believed in God and survival, even if it meant working under someone like Celestine. Meanwhile, Celestine's world shimmered. She was preparing for her biggest movie premiere yet, and her upcoming engagement to Orion Marlowe, the charming businessman who had the face of a prince and the patience of a saint. The media adored them. They were called Nigeria's royal couple. But in Celestine's mansion, there was no royalty, only hierarchy. One evening, Celestine hosted a private dinner for her inner circle. The dining hall gleamed with crystal glasses and gold plates, laughter spilling like champagne bubbles. Felicity moved quietly, serving plates and refilling wine glasses, careful as a cat tiptoeing through glass. Then it happened, a mistake so small, yet deadly in Celestine's world. Felicity dropped a fork. It clattered against the floor. Everyone froze for half a second before Celestine's signature laugh broke the tension. "Ah, my maid's nervous. Poor thing," she said sweetly, covering the moment with charm. Her friends giggled, impressed by her humility. But when the last guest left and the door clicked shut, the mask fell. "You embarrassed me," Celestine hissed, eyes narrowing. "In front of my guests." "I'm sorry, ma'am." The slap came so fast it burned before Felicity could even flinch. "You're always sorry. Do you think sorry pays my reputation?" Felicity stumbled, tears blurring her vision. But Celestine wasn't done.
She struck her again, her designer ring cutting a small line on Felicity's cheek. "Next time you'll remember to keep your clumsy hands in check," she spat and proceeded to beat the heck out of her.
Later that night, when the mansion was quiet and the city lights outside blurred into the horizon, Felicity's friend, another maid named Sophia, found her lying on the floor, bruised, barely breathing. Sophia's eyes filled with tears, but she didn't scream. She just whispered, "Let's get you to a hospital," and carried her friend out the servant's door like a stolen secret. It took the little money Sophia had, plus borrowed notes from other maids, to pay Felicity's hospital bill. "Don't go back there," Sophia begged. "That woman's a rich devil." But Felicity only shook her head. "Where will I go? I have no one, no home, no family, nothing." So a few days later, she returned, weak, bandaged, and hiding her pain beneath a uniform freshly ironed by Sophia. Celestine didn't even notice she'd been gone. She just pointed to the kitchen and said, "You're late." And Felicity, silent as ever, went to work. That night, in her shared room, deep inside the mansion, Sophia whispered, "You can't keep letting her break you, Felicity." But Felicity smiled sadly, her voice soft like a prayer. "Even broken things can still shine, Sophia. You'll see." Outside, thunder rolled across the Lego sky, as if warning of storms yet to come. Morning came too fast in Celestine's mansion. The house glowed with sunshine, but it felt cold inside, like the walls were watching, like they knew secrets they couldn't tell. Felicity woke up early, her body still sore from the last beating. She touched the bandage on her cheek and winced. Sophia was still asleep beside her, breathing softly. Felicity sat up, whispered a short prayer, and quietly got ready for work. Downstairs, Celestine was already in her silk robe, sipping her imported coffee. Her nails glittered like stars, her lips were perfectly red, and her phone never stopped buzzing. "Good morning, ma'am," Felicity said gently. Celestine didn't even look up. "Finally. You walk slower than my grandma." Felicity bowed her head. "I'm sorry, ma'am." "You should be," Celestine said with a lazy smile. "Today I have an interview. I want everything perfect. Flowers on the table, breakfast hot but not too hot. And tell the guards to clean the driveway. It smells like rain." "Yes, ma'am." "And Felicity," Celestine added, turning her sharp eyes on her, "try not to break anything today. My patience is thin." Felicity nodded, clutching her tray like a shield. She moved carefully, her mind running faster than her feet. She was tired. Tired of the fear, tired of the bruises she hid under long sleeves, tired of pretending, but she didn't dare show it. If she saw even one tear, she'd call it weakness, Felicity thought. Celestine's interview was with a famous TV show, a big deal. Cameras rolled as she smiled sweetly and spoke about kindness, charity, and empowering women. "I believe in treating everyone with love," she said, hands over her heart. "My staff are my family. I couldn't do this without them." Felicity was watching from the corner, her face blank, but her heart screaming. Family? The word felt like a cruel joke. Sophia whispered from behind her. Did she just say love? Even in pain, humor was their small rebellion. Later that day, Celestine's mother came to visit. Mrs. Davenport was older, but still carried herself like a queen. She inspected everything, the curtains, the dishes, even the air. "Celestine, you look tired," she said. "You need rest. The wedding is in 3 months." Celestine sighed. "I'm fine, Mother. Orion will be back soon, and I can't wait to show him the house." "You mean the house Felicity keeps spotless," her mother teased, not noticing how Celestine's eyes flashed. "She's a good maid." "Good?" Celestine's smile tightened. "She's fine, but she can be clumsy. I don't like incompetence." Her mother frowned. "Celestine, you must learn to be patient with people beneath you. They make you look human." "Mother, I don't need anyone to make me look human," Celestine said sharply. "I'm perfect just as I am." Mrs. Davenport sighed. "That pride of yours will be your downfall someday." If only she knew how right she was. That night, rain started to fall. Lego's thunder wasn't gentle. It roared like an angry drum. Celestine's fancy mood swings matched the weather. She was pacing the living room, angry because her new diamond earrings didn't arrive on time. "Do you know how much they cost?" she shouted at no one in particular. 30 million naira, 30 million. And that silly delivery man said traffic. Felicity came to clear the table, but her hands were trembling. Ma'am, should I? Don't talk, Celestine snapped. You'll only make things worse. Felicity stayed quiet, eyes on the floor. Celestine sighed dramatically and poured herself another glass of wine. Honestly, I don't know why I keep you around, she muttered. And then, as if fate decided to play a joke, a loud crash echoed. Felicity had accidentally dropped one of Celestine's crystal cups. It shattered into 1,000 tiny pieces on the marble floor. The room went silent, except for the sound of rain outside. Celestine turned slowly, her smile gone. You, she whispered. Did you just break that? Felicity froze. Ma'am, The slap came before the words. Celestine hit her again and again. Do you know how much that cost? You useless girl. Felicity's tears mixed with the rain leaking through the window. Sophia rushed in, shouting, Madam, please, she didn't mean it. Celestine pointed at her. Stay out of this, or you're next. For the first time, Felicity's voice cracked. Please, man, I'm sorry. But Celestine was blinded by rage. Sorry doesn't fix what's broken. Felicity's knees gave way, but she didn't fight back. She couldn't. She had learned long ago that silence was safer. Yet, deep inside, something was breaking. Not a cup, not her body, but something deeper, her soul. Later, when Celestine finally stormed off to her room, Felicity sat on the floor, breathing hard. Sophia held her close, whispering, You can't stay here anymore. She'll kill you one day. But Felicity only shook her head. My landlord already gave my apartment to another. I have nowhere to go. Sophia frowned. You don't have any other options? Felicity smiled sadly at that. No, she said softly. Outside, lightning flashed. Inside, Celestine stood before her mirror, staring at her reflection. For a moment, she saw not a star, but a stranger. Her reflection almost seemed to smirk back at her, whispering the truth she didn't want to hear. You're losing control. She shook her head and turned away, whispering to herself, No one can touch me. No one. But far away, on a plane flying back from abroad, Orion Marlowe was staring at a small bracelet in his hand. A mansion was quiet that morning, too quiet. Even the birds seemed scared to sing near Celestine's window. Felicity woke up with a strange feeling in her chest, something heavy, something she couldn't explain. She rubbed her arms and looked at Sophia, who was snoring softly beside her. Wake up, sleepyhead, Felicity whispered with a small smile. Sophia mumbled, 5 more minutes, please, just 5. Felicity giggled softly. For a moment, she felt normal, like a regular girl sharing jokes with a friend, not a maid trapped in someone else's world. But reality doesn't stay soft for long in Celestine's house. By 8 a.m., the mansion was buzzing again. Celestine's voice echoed through the halls as she argued with her mother on the phone. No, Mother, I don't need Orion's opinion. This is my wedding. He'll like whatever I choose. He always does. She hung up, rolled her eyes, and called out, Felicity. Felicity came running. Yes, ma'am. Clean the living room. My fiancé will be here soon. I want this place to shine so bright it blinds him with my perfection. Yes, ma'am, Felicity said, bowing slightly. She started dusting the large glass table in the middle of the room. Everything around her was beautiful. Gold frames, crystal vases, imported rugs. But it wasn't her world. It was Celestine's, and she walked through it like a ghost, careful not to breathe too loud. As she reached for the vase on the side table, a tall, sparkling thing that looked too expensive for its own good, her hand trembled slightly. She told herself, Don't drop it, Felicity. Please don't. But fate has a dark sense of humor. Her sleeve caught on the edge of the vase. It wobbled once, twice. Then crash. The sound sliced through the silence like thunder. Felicity froze. Her heart stopped. She stared at the broken pieces glittering on the marble floor. The world suddenly felt colder. Celestine's voice came from upstairs, sharp and fast. "What was that sound?" Felicity opened her mouth, but no words came out. Sophia, who was passing by, whispered, "Oh no, that's the vase Orion bought from Dubai. You're in trouble." Celestine appeared at the top of the stairs, like a queen about to punish a peasant. Her silk dress shimmered, her face a mix of rage and disbelief. "Did you just break my vase?" Felicity's lips trembled. I'm sorry, ma'am. It was an accident." Celestine's eyes narrowed. "Accident? That vase cost more than your life." "Please, ma'am, I didn't." Before she could finish, Celestine slapped her. Once, twice, harder than before. "You're clumsy. You're useless. You're a curse," she shouted. Felicity cried, begging softly, "Please stop, ma'am. I'm sorry. I'll pay for it." "Pay?" Celestine laughed bitterly. "With what? Your tears?" But just then, the sound of a car engine rolled into the driveway, and Orion Marlowe, tall, calm, and freshly returned from abroad, stepped out of his car. His smile was tired but warm, holding a small bouquet of flowers. He wanted to surprise Celestine. Instead, he walked in and froze at the doorway. The scene before him was something out of a nightmare. Celestine, hair wild, hand raised mid-slap, and Felicity kneeling on the floor, face wet with tears and blood. Time stopped. "Celestine," he said slowly, voice low and steady. "What are you doing?" Celestine spun around, shock painting her face. "Orion, it's not what it looks like." But it was exactly what it looked like. Orion's jaw tightened. "You're beating your maid?" Celestine stammered. She broke something expensive. You know how careless they can be." His eyes moved to Felicity, trembling and afraid. "That's your reason?" he said, his tone colder now. "You're hitting a human being because of glass?" Celestine's lip quivered. "Orion, please, you don't understand." Then it happened. As Felicity tried to stand, the small bracelet on her wrist slipped and fell to the floor. It hit the light just right, a soft golden shimmer with a small letter bead engraved, F. Orion's eyes widened. His breath caught. He bent down slowly, picked it up, and stared at it like he'd seen a ghost. "Where did you get this?" he whispered. Felicity blinked, confused. "It's mine, sir. I've had it since I was a child." Orion's voice cracked. Did someone give it to you? Maybe a brother?" Felicity's heart skipped. "I don't remember much. My family, they were lost long ago. I was told I was the only one left." Orion's hands trembled. No, that can't be." He took a step closer, staring at her face. The same soft eyes, the same small scar above the eyebrow. His heart pounded. "Felicity?" he whispered, tears suddenly filling his eyes. "It's me. It's Orion, your brother." The room went silent. Celestine's face drained of color. What are you saying?" Felicity's lips parted, her eyes wide. "My brother?" Orion nodded slowly, a tear rolling down his cheek. "I thought you died, Felicity. I looked everywhere for you. You disappeared after the fire. He stopped, his voice breaking. He turned sharply to Celestine. "You've been beating my sister?" Celestine backed away, her hands shaking. Orion, I didn't know. Please, you have to believe me." But his eyes were full of fury now, the kind that comes from love and betrayal mixed together. He looked at Felicity, then at Celestine. "You wear diamonds, but your heart is dirt." Celestine tried to reach for him, tears falling fast. "Orion, please." He raised his hand, stopping her. "No, I loved you because I thought you were kind. But now I see you're a movie star only on screen. Off it, you're a monster." He walked over to Felicity, gently lifting her to her feet. "You're coming with me. You'll never set foot in this house again." And with that, he turned and left, carrying Felicity out of the mansion. Celestine stood frozen, her mascara running, her hands trembling. For the first time in her life, no one was clapping for her. A saint of Lagos had just been unmasked. The next morning, Lagos woke up to drama. Big drama. Social media was on fire, like someone had spilled hot pepper soup all over the internet. Hashtag Celestine the monster. Hashtag justice for Felicity. Hashtag the fake saint. Everywhere you looked, Instagram, X, formerly Twitter, TikTok, Celestine Davenport's perfect face was plastered on screens. Except this time, no one was calling her Nigeria's sweetheart. The headlines were merciless. Behind the smile, actress Celestine Davenport caught beating maid. Video leaked, celeb's true face exposed. Someone, probably one of the mansion staff, had recorded the scene the night Orion walked in. The video went viral faster than a rumor in boarding school. Celestine woke up to hundreds of missed calls. Her phone buzzed so hard it nearly fell off the nightstand. She groaned, pulled the blanket over her head, and muttered, "What now?" Then she saw the messages. "Celestine, what's going on? You're trending for the wrong reason. OMG, I can't believe you hit your maid." Her stomach dropped. She unlocked her phone, opened the video, and froze. There she was, angry, screaming, hitting Felicity. Every slap caught in perfect HD. Her heart pounded. "No, no, no, no," she whispered. "This can't be happening." She rushed to call her mother. "Mother, did you see it?" "Yes." Mrs. Davenport's voice was tight. "I saw everything." "What were you thinking, Celestine?" "It wasn't my fault. She broke something valuable. Her mother cut her off. "Do you hear yourself? People are calling for your arrest. Orion has gone to the press." Celestine dropped the phone. Her chest felt tight, like the world was closing in. She tried calling Orion. No answer. Again. Still nothing. Meanwhile, somewhere across Lagos, Felicity sat on a soft hospital bed. Orion sat beside her, holding her hand gently. "You don't have to be afraid anymore," he said softly. "You're safe now." Felicity smiled weakly. "I don't even know what to say. It still feels like a dream." Orion chuckled. "A strange dream, yes. I came home to propose again, and instead, I found my lost sister. Maybe God was tired of watching me act blind." They both laughed quietly. Sophia entered the room, carrying jollof rice and bottled water. "You better eat before I feed you myself," she joked. "Thank you, Sophia," Felicity said warmly. Then a nurse rushed in. "Miss Felicity, there are reporters outside asking to speak with you." Felicity blinked. "Reporters? Me?" Orion nodded. "Yes, people want to know the truth." Back at Celestine's mansion, chaos ruled. Her manager quit. Her driver left. Even her cook packed up and said, "Madam, my village people are calling me. I cannot stay here again." Celestine screamed after him, "Coward, you'll regret leaving me." But deep down, she knew she was the one regretting. When she checked her email, it was worse. Her movie deal canceled. Her endorsement with a big cosmetics brand terminated. Her wedding with Orion officially off. Celestine stared at the screen, her hands shaking. "This can't be real," she whispered. "I'm Celestine Davenport. People love me." Her mirror reflected her tear-streaked face. She didn't look like a star anymore. She looked human, painfully human. For the first time, she realized how quiet her house was without people pretending to laugh at her jokes. No cameras, no lights, just silence. But the world outside was loud. TV anchors debated her case. Past coworkers came forward with stories. She once shouted at a producer for bringing her the wrong perfume, one said. "I always knew she was fake," another claimed. Even her biggest fans were turning away. "We supported her for years," one fan tweeted. "Now we see her true face." By evening, Celestine sat alone on her couch, scrolling through hate comments. Her diamond necklace glittered, but her eyes were dull. "How did it come to this?" she muttered. "It was just a vase. Just a stupid vase." Then she remembered Felicity's face, the tears, the bruises, the look of pure fear. And for the first time, shame hit her like a punch. Meanwhile, on the other side of the city, Felicity and Orion sat together, watching the same news. Reporters called Felicity the brave maid and the girl who spoke through silence. Orion looked at her and smiled softly. "Funny, huh? The same girl who was invisible in that house is now being called a hero." Felicity chuckled. "I don't feel like a hero. God helped me survive." Orion nodded. "God will always help the helpless, little sister." Then Sophia grinned. "So what happens to Madame Celestine now? Jail or just disgrace?" Orion's eyes darkened slightly. "Sometimes disgrace hurts more than prison. Let the world handle her. She's reaping what she sowed." The next day, Celestine tried to step out in public. Big mistake. Cameras flashed, people shouted, and someone even threw a tomato. "Madam Saint, where's your halo now?" a man yelled. She ran back into her car crying. Her new driver whispered, "Madam, maybe it's time to apologize." "Apologize?" she hissed, then paused. The word burned her throat, but something in her heart whispered, maybe he's right. That night, Celestine did something she had never done before. She went live on Instagram. No makeup, no filters, no fancy clothes. Her voice shook. "To everyone I've hurt, I'm sorry. I forgot that fame doesn't make you better than others. I forgot what kindness means." Millions watched. Some forgave her. Most didn't. But at least for once, she told the truth. Across town, Felicity saw the video. She didn't smile, didn't frown. She just said quietly, "Maybe she'll learn now. Maybe." Orion put a hand on her shoulder. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It means you choose peace over pain. God wants you to forgive for your own sake, so you can keep your peace. Felicity nodded. Then, "I forgive her." And for the first time in a long time, Felicity felt light, like a bird set free. Celestine, however, looked out her window and realized what true loneliness felt like. Her diamonds sparkled, but they couldn't warm her. Now she truly understood the meaning of pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall.